Welcome all of you to another video of Animaths. Now in this video I'm going to take up AP all in one video. So I'm going to take up the different questions of AP, so it is easier for you to go through it. This is you can say this is a one shot video in arithmetic progressions. Okay, so you will get all the different types of questions because AP itself has a lot of different types. So sometimes you tend to forget one type, and so I have tried to take up as many types as possible in this particular video. Okay, so let us go through it and see what it is. Now, here is a question. If the nth term of an AP is 5n minus 2, then find its first term, find its common difference, and find its 19th term. Okay, so here Tn is given as 5n minus 2. Then first term. Okay, so first term is always T1. Put 1 here in place of 1 and you get a 5 into 1 minus 2, that is a 5 minus 2, that is a 3. Now let's get T2. T2 is, put a 2 here and then what do you get? 10 minus 2, isn't it? If you put a 2 here, it is a 10 minus 2, which is an 8. So the D is equal to T2 minus T1, that comes to a, D comes to a 5. Okay, so we got the common difference, we got the first term. Okay, so first answer is got, second answer common difference is also got, third answer. Now we need the 19th term. This is very basic. So 19th term is T19, which is equal to, here 5 into 19 minus 2. Yes, so we just have to put 19 here for the 19th term. So that comes to 95 minus 2, which is a 93. So that was a pretty simple question. Find the sum of all 3-digit numbers which are divisible by 11. Now this is one type of question that keeps coming all the time. Now if the sum of all 3-digit numbers which is divisible by 11, 3-digit numbers start from 100, isn't it? Okay, so the first 3-digit number which is divisible by 11 after 99 is a 110. So 110 is my first 3-digit number, and if we go 3-digit numbers end till 999, so how do we get the last 3-digit number? So what we'll do is 999 divided by 11. Okay, and 9 comes as the remainder. So what we can do is we can subtract 9 from 999. If we subtract 9 from 999, because of only this 9 we are not being able to make a divisible by 11 number. So here 990, because when we subtract we get 990. So now our AP turns to, of course we have to leave out this, we'll have to leave out this also. This is our AP. Okay, so this is how we get the last term. So it can be asked even for a 4-digit set. So here A is equal to 110, D is equal to 11 of course, and then we want the sum of all 3-digit numbers which is divisible by 11. Now what we have to do is we'll have to see how many such numbers are there. So we'll take this 990 and this will put in the Tn term and see what is the term number. That many numbers of number of terms we have in this AP. So 110 A plus n minus 1 and D is a 11. So 110 plus 11n minus 11, that is how much? 990, which is 99 plus 11n. So 11n is equal to 990 minus 99, and that comes to 1. Okay, that comes to a 891. Okay, so this is my, now n is 891 by 11, which is 8 and 81. So there are 11 numbers, 81 numbers, there are 81 numbers which are divisible by 11 in this AP. So what we have to do now is find the sum of those 81 numbers. Okay, so n becomes 81. Now we are going to find the sum of all these numbers, because they have asked for the sum of all 3-digit numbers. So we are going to find the sum. So we are going to use the sum formula. So S81, because we are adding 81 terms, n by 2, 2a. So a is for us 110 plus n minus 1. N is 81 minus 1, 80 into 11. Okay, so that comes to 81 by 2, 220 plus 8, 80. Okay, that is 81 by 2 and 1100, isn't it? Now we can cancel it. We get a 550. 550 into 81. Okay, that comes to 44550. Okay, so this is the sum of all the terms in this AP. So what we did here is we found the n number, that is the total number of terms, and then we went for the sum formula. The sum of 4 numbers of an AP is 20 and the sum of whose squares is 120. Okay, so here we have to, now there are 4 numbers in an AP. Now what is the mistake here? Why have I taken up this question? Because this particular sum, whenever we try to do, then the big mistake is people take this a plus d, a plus 2d and a plus 3d. If you take the numbers like this in this pattern, you are going to go through a lot of trouble. Okay, you will not get your answer easily. So what we should do is, there is a particular pattern of taking 4 numbers in an AP. Whenever it is 4 numbers, we have to follow that pattern only. We just can't take A and D anyhow we want. Okay, so what we do is we take A minus D as one of the terms. Okay, and then the next term is going to be, after A minus D, the next term is going to be A plus D. Okay, so the common difference is a 2D clearly, because if you add to this 2D, then you get this. Okay, then here it is A minus 3, because I said the common difference is actually 2D, and A plus 3D. Now these are the 4 numbers which are in AP algebraically. We will start working with this. Their sum is 20. So let me just write them side by side and I'll get the sum. Okay, so here that is 20. This and this, see, cancels. The entire D will cancel out. We will be left with a 4A. A is equal to 5. Means we don't have any trouble with the D. D is gone. So here A is 5. That happens because of this pattern. Now let's come to whose squares is, and the sum of whose squares is 120. Now we'll do squaring. Okay, A minus 3D whole square plus A minus D whole square plus A plus D whole square plus A plus 3D whole square, that is equal to 120. This is what the sum is saying. So how do we square them in the fastest possible way? Now here I have A square, A square, A square and A square. So I think I can write 4A square. Since all the signs here is a plus, I am doing little bit of shortcut. You can also do this. This is a 9D square, 1D square, 10D square plus 1D square plus 9D square. So a total of 20D square, isn't it? So I get a total of 20D square. And then there is a minus 6AD from this and a minus 2AD. Okay, plus 6AD plus 2AD. So they cancel each other. The AD terms cancel each other. So we can straight away write this as a 120. 4 into A is this is a 25, right? This is 25 plus 20D square is a 120. So 20D square is a, if I take this that side, I get a 20. then d square is equal to 1, isn't it? D is equal to plus minus 1. So I got the value of D. Now I am going to get the actual terms of the AP. First term, let me take this A minus D. Then my first term is going to be A minus D, and this is, if I take the plus 1, let me take the plus 1 first. A minus D, that is 5 plus 1, that is a 6. Yeah, this is 5. This is, so let me take the first term first. So it is a 5. If I take D as plus 1, then A minus plus 1, that makes it A minus 1, because I have taken the plus 1 value of D. So it gives me a 4. Okay, this is A plus D, 5 plus 1, 6. Here it is A plus 3D. A plus 3D is A plus 3 into 1, that is 8. And this is A minus 3D, that is A minus 3 into 1, which gives me 5 minus 3, which is a 2. So this is my AP. Now if you are thinking I didn't work with the minus sign, if you work with the minus sign, you are also going to get the same 4 numbers. You can try it and see. Okay, only the order is going to be different. So these are the 4 numbers which are in AP. You can see, I can clearly see 16 plus this sum total is coming to a 20, and you can square them and check, it is going to come to a 120. Sum of that is also going to come to a 120. So this is how you should do this sum. What is important in this sum is to remember this pattern. Rest you can do by yourself. This is another common type of question, okay, which says, which term of the AP 24, 21, 18 and 15 is the first negative term? Okay, which is the first negative term? Now here, the first negative term is, we'll have to find. This is clearly A is equal to 24. D is clearly a minus 3. Till this you don't need help, you know it is reducing. Okay, so it is slowly going to the negative, but which one will be the first negative term? Now what generally is done is, you tend to subtract 3, and after 15, 3, 12 and then another 3, but then you get a 9, like that you reach the first negative term. If it is an MCQ, go ahead and do it, but if it is a regular sum which needs working, then you cannot do this. Okay, you will not be getting your marks. The reason being, what if they give you 895 as the first term? Will you keep on reducing it by 3? Okay, it is not possible. So what we should do is, we should use a sum for that. So Tn term formula, A plus n minus 1D is less than 0, because we are looking for the first negative term. Okay, for what value of n am I going to get a less than 0? Okay, now here A is 24, this is n, I don't know, this is a minus 3 is less than 0. 24 minus 3n plus 3 is less than 0. 27 minus 3n is less than 0. 27, this 3n, yes, and bring this 3 here, 9 and this. So for all values of n, okay, which are greater than 9, means after the 9th term it starts becoming negative. Okay, so when n is greater than 9, the terms are negative. So what do we get? If n is greater than 9, then we get, that is n greater than 9, that means we have to take all integral values, n is equal to 10. Okay, therefore 10th term is my answer. 10th term becomes the first negative term. Okay. So use this inequality sign. Okay, here I want to tell another thing. I have seen people equating it to 0. Okay, in some sums, like in this particular sum, you will get a correct answer. Okay, because till which term do you, what is the n value when we get it equal to 0, when we get n is equal to 0? But tell me something, if we get n is equal to 0, okay, if we get n is equal to 0 here, in this sum we'll get. But is it necessary that in every question one term is going to be equal to 0? Okay, if we, in that case we can't write this, yeah, because maybe in that particular AP no term is 0. So this equal to 0 is not going to help you. So it is better to take the inequality sign. Okay. So here is a question. Sn is the sum of the first n terms of the AP and is given by this particular formula. Then find the nth term. Now whenever they ask like this, they don't expect any number for the nth term. Okay. They expect an algebraic expression only for the nth term. So you should not leave this sum thinking it is very difficult. Now here S1, how much is S1? I'll just put 1. Yes, so that is 3 minus 4, which is a minus 1. Okay, then S2, let me go for S2. S2 is, this is 12 minus 8, that's a 4. Yes, S2 comes to a 4. Now from the sum of the first two terms, if I subtract the sum of the first term, this is a very common mistake. S2 minus S1 is equal to what? It gives me the, remember, it gives me the second term. It does not give me the common difference. Okay, so here that is equal to, this is 4 minus minus 1, that is 5. So the second term is a 5 and the first term is a minus 1. So the common difference is how much? The common difference, now if the first term is minus 1, because sum of the first term is minus 1. So common difference is 5 minus second term minus first term. Okay, note the signs. So that comes to a 6. Okay, so common difference is a 6. Now this is one thing people go wrong. Then the nth term, which is 2n minus 1, then the nth term, then the nth term is a plus n minus 1 d. And what is a? A is minus 1 plus n minus 1 d. Okay, so n will have to keep it as an n only, we can't change, n minus 1, and the d common difference is a 6. So that comes to minus 1 plus 6n minus 6. Okay, that comes to 6n minus 6. That comes to 6n minus 7. Now this is our algebraic expression which we cannot go further with, because we don't know any other, we don't know the number of terms, or so the nth term, since they asked for the nth term, this is our expression with n in it. Okay, they didn't give us the n number. Determine k so that these three are 3 consecutive terms of an AP. Now for what value of k will they be 3 consecutive terms of an AP, that we have to find. Okay, now in this question, remember one thing, if these three are 3 consecutive terms, then the common difference is definitely going to be equal. So let me do one thing, 4k minus 6 minus 3k minus 2 is k plus 2 minus 4k minus 6. Yes, so this is my, these are my, so basically here also d, here also d. Okay, this term minus this term is same as this one minus this. Okay, so if you are subtracting, see to it that you are subtracting in the same direction. You can subtract this from this, then you have to subtract this from this. So subtraction has to be in the same direction, don't do a mistake in that. So if I open this up, now open up the brackets, 4k minus 6 minus 3k plus 2, this is k plus 2 minus 4k plus 6. Okay, simple calculation, this side is a k minus 4, this side is a minus 3k plus 8. Okay, that is a 4k and that's a 12, k is equal to 3. So for the value of k as 3, we get this. Okay, we get this equation. Here is a question, how many terms of this AP must be added to get a sum of 72. Okay, so here clearly A is 17 and D is minus 2, isn't it? D is a minus 2, and so like this we have to, with these values we have to find when does the sum come to a 72. So we can do 72 is equal to n by 2 because we are trying to find the value of n. So n we don't know. 2a plus, so 2a is 34 plus n minus 1 and d is a minus 2. Okay, so that is our so n by 2, this is 34 minus 2n plus 2, which is 144 n, this is 36, this is 36 and minus 2n. Okay, so now we can divide it thoroughly with a 2. So what we can do is, if we divide with a 2, we get a 72n, this is an 18 minus n. Okay, so we get, if we open this up, 18n minus n square is 72. Now this is a quadratic equation we have got. So n square minus 18n plus 72 is equal to 0. Okay, so now how can we get this? By middle term factorization. So we can do middle term factorization and we can get it as n square minus 12n minus 6n plus 72 is equal to 0. Okay, so n minus 12 minus 6 n minus 12 is equal to 0. So n minus 12 in one bracket, n minus 6 in the other bracket. So n is equal to 12 or 6. So for both these values of n, 12 or 6, we can get the value as 72. Now why this double answer? Explain the double answer. Yes, for when it is 6, it reduces and goes till the 6th term and we get the sum as 72. Then how do we get it again for 12? Okay, we get it, we go down further and we enter the negatives. Okay, we go down to the negative side of the number line because this is a negative common difference. And when we go to the negative side of the number line, there is some cancellation between, there is some reduction in the total sum. And finally, we get some negatives and some positives, and so finally once again at the 12th term our sum comes back to a 72. Okay, so that is why this double answer works for this sum. So can this 68, the number 68, be one of the terms of this AP? A is equal to 7, D is clearly 3. Then let me find if 68 can be, 68 is A plus n minus 1 and D. 7 plus 3n minus 3, that is 4 plus 3n, that is 68. Okay, so here 64 is 3n. N is 64, sorry, n is equal to 64 by 3. Now 64 is not divisible by 3. It is going to give me a fractional answer. Okay, since this is a fractional answer, value of n can never be a fraction if it is a number of a term. So n can't be a fraction. Since n can't be a fraction, then n can't be a fraction, so n cannot be a fraction, so 68 can't be a term of this AP. So this is a very common question in this chapter. The nth term of an AP is this. Okay, so nth term of an AP is this, means Tn is this. Find the sum of the first 20 terms. So let me first find the first term. Okay, so A1, that is 5 minus 3, that's a 2. How much is A2? A2 is 10 minus 3, isn't it? That is a 7. So clearly D value is a 5. Yes, now I need the first 20 terms. S20 is, so sum to the 20 terms is n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 d, which is n is here 20, so 10. 2a, 2 into a is 2 into 2, that's a 4. N is 20, so I'll write 19 here into 3, that is 10. Here 4 plus this is 9 into 5, sorry, 9 into 5, common difference is 5, plus 95, that comes to 10. This is 99, isn't it? So that comes to 990. So sum of the first 20 terms is a 990. Okay, so that is it from AP. In this AP, I have taken relatively easy or easier questions. Yes, I have taken different types, but these are the relatively easier questions. In my next video in AP, you will get to see all the where you will have to derive a particular kind of expression. Okay, so I'm going to take all difficult questions, about 5 to 6 types of difficult questions of this chapter in the next video. Okay, so that's it for today. If you have liked the video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and if you need explanation in any particular topic, do not forget to put it down in the comment box. I'll be glad to make another video on that topic. I shall be making videos on that particular topic and uploading it soon then. Okay then, bye all of you. Thanks then.